Home Savings, America's largest savings and loan association. When you treat people as number one, they make you number one.
Well, you can go ahead, Fred, and pretend like you know me and just go ahead and introduce me.
Am I supposed to introduce you at this particular stage?
Right now, I think.
Right now, it's Robert W.
Thank you, Fred Hessler, and good morning to you. We got the whole assembled multitude back there. Tom Wayman, are you?
I'm here.
Okay, and Dave DeSoto?
Yes, sir.
In the Traffic Information Center, and Fred Hessler. Listen, I've got a surprise for you guys this morning.
What's that? Uh-oh.
First of all, I want to tell you how great it is that you're all here, and we're all going to be hearing more of you as we've kind of redesigned things a little bit here. And Fred's going to be on with the sports every hour and a half hour, Tom with the news, and Dave with the Traffic Information Center, and, of course, Big John and Pamela out there in our aircraft. But before we get into that, I have a surprise.
What's that?
Actually, a surprise for me, too. As you know, we've
been canceled.
No, wait. It's only 9 minutes after. We have 13-minute options, guys. As you know, we have a tremendous, at least they told us, we have a tremendous promotion budget to promote the morning show. And since you guys are all part of it, we're all getting promoted at once here. But, however, the bad news is they spent all the money on those hundreds of billboards that went up over the weekend that are out there right now. Did you guys happen to see any driving in?
I didn't see any. It was too dark.
No, that's what I figured.
They wouldn't put any on my route. There aren't enough cars passing by.
Maybe that's it. They put them in only the heavily traveled areas. Well, I haven't spotted one either, but I'm sure we'll get a look at them when the light of day hits. But the bad news was, of course, they didn't have any money left over for jingles. Now, you know, we wanted some snazzy new jingles to start things off.
Oh, that's too bad.
But Michael O'Shea, our national program director here at Golden West, bless his heart, spent the last couple weeks at the Saugus International Jingle Swap and Pizzeria. You get hungry out there.
What's the doing at a pizzeria? Okay.
This didn't take any money because they took all the old KMPC jingles, and Mike went out there and traded them for a bunch of new ones.
They flopped them.
Yeah, so we have brand new jingles here now this morning.
Guess whose this is, friends and neighbors?
Now, wait a minute. We've got a lot of them here. I haven't heard them myself. Michael left me a note. He says, get your whole morning team to listen to these and see which one or ones you think would be appropriate. So I want your opinion. So if you guys would stay there on mic for just a couple of minutes here, and we'll play these new KMPC jingles that we got at the Saugus International Jingle Swap and Pizzeria and see how we like them. You guys ready?
Sounds ready.
Here we go.
It's now, it's clear, we're the station of the year. 79 WAKY.
WHAY. What station is this? You guys on the wrong side of the Mississippi River.
Keep listening now.
So many reasons why I'd rather be in Denver, living under the Colorado sky in the shadow of the Rockies.
I don't like that.
Oh, the Mile High City sets me free, and I know I'd rather be in Denver with Denver 95.
Hey, I like that one.
The best music, WLS.
I think it's your basic a cappella package coming up here.
And that's what's good about Charlotte 1110 WBT. WABB, WABB, FM Mobile. KCKN, kickin' Kansas City. 1490 WOBA. Quad 104.
Well, there they are, guys. Tom and Fred and Dave. Did any one strike your fancy there?
All the stations you couldn't hold a job at, right?
I was going to say, looks like Charlie Tuna's resume. Well, what do you think? I mean, they came from the Saugus International Jingle Swap, and
I don't know.
Well, wait a minute.
You better come up with something new.
Yeah.
Dennis Pipes in there, our engineer, just signaled me we have one more. We didn't listen. Let's listen to this one.
Okay.
Good morning!
Well, now, wait a minute. That seems to make a little more sense with what we're doing, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It didn't sound quite complete, though. Let's try that one again.
Good morning! Robert W. is back in the saddle again. I'm back in the saddle again. Out where a friend is a friend, where the longhorn cattle feed on the lowly gent's weed. I'm back in the saddle again, riding the range once more, holding my old 44, where you sleep out every night and the only law is right. Back in the saddle again. Whoopie-tie-I-oh, rocking to and fro. Back in the saddle again. Whoopie-tie-I-hey-I-go-ray. Back in the saddle again. I'm back in the saddle again, out where a friend is a friend, where the longhorn cattle feed on the lowly gent's weed. I'm back in the saddle again, riding the range once more, holding my old 44, where you sleep out every night and the only law is right. Back in the saddle again. Whoopie-tie-I-oh, rocking to and fro. Back in the saddle again. Whoopie-tie-I-hey, I go my way. Back in the saddle again.
Well, there he is, our mighty leader, Gene Autry, on KMPC and back in the saddle again. And I tell you what, just as a matter of history, I wanted to pick the right record to sign on with, you know. You just can't just come on with any old thing, an Osmond Brothers record or something. We put a lot of thought into it, and it occurred to us last week that is the only one to sign on. Yeah, back in the saddle again. Gene Autry, it's 17 after 6 now. Robert W. Morgan here on KMPC. Now an update on traffic. Here's Don Reed from the KMPC Traffic Information Center.
We're in the parking lot.
Oh, well, in that case, let's go to Dave DeSoto. Dave, you in there?
Yes, I am. And the only other choice you could have made would have been silver-haired Daddy, and you know that, don't you, Daddy? Down Orange County Way, Irvine Center Drive will be closed all day today between Barranca and Sand Canyon because of some painting going on there. So I'm going to have to find another way around Irvine Center Drive near Sand Canyon. Reminder, got a car in the greenery there, northbound Harbor Freeway around 6th Street, and it'll be a little while before they get that out. And eastbound Ventura is slowing around Reseda because of some construction going on out there. In the Traffic Information Center, this is Dave DeSoto, 710 KMPC.
J.K.
Yes, sir.
You did it. Let's stop the sir stuff real quick, okay? J.K. is my natural upper from out there. Is it Thousand Oaks or Newbury Park? Or?
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks, yeah. J.K. sounds like this no matter what time of day you talk to her, folks. She's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed from the moment she gets out of bed or whatever she gets out of. And I made her promise me a couple weeks ago she'd be the first person to call me here, and we take over for Whit starting today. And, well, thank you for calling.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, Robert, and I'm so happy for Los Angeles.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very pleased to be here, obviously, too. Now, did you hear all our new jingles?
Yes.
Did anyone particularly jump out at you as being the one we should use as our official morning show jingle here?
How about the last one?
The Old Man River one?
No.
The Good Morgan one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other ones were nice, though, and I appreciate the thought on behalf. Michael O'Shea, our national program director here, came up with those, and on a very limited budget, got them at the Saugus International Swap Meet, Jingle Swap and Pizzeria. Listen, J.K., you know the one we ought to have? I was just thinking now.
Which one?
Well, one is, the one goes, Robert W. Morgan. Remember that old one?
You bet.
From the other place? We don't have that one. Let's see. There's a lot of people in Southern California that can sing. In fact, I bet you've got a great singing voice yourself.
Oh, you've been talking to Jeffrey.
I know all about you. Maybe if we could get some people here at 520 KMPC to call me right now. Maybe we could get that one. We could have our listeners sing that one. Because that would bring back a lot of memories to me, if we had that Robert W. Morgan, KMPC. Would you hang on and lead the group, J.K.?
Oh, why not?
Okay, 520 KMPC. If you want to help us sing here, we'd appreciate it. You can give us a call right now. The lines are open, 520 KMPC. And you stand by, J.K., okay? 21 minutes after 6 o'clock. Robert W. in the Morgan from KMPC, and here's Herb Alpert's Rise. Alpert's Rise from KMPC as you arise and organize. 24 minutes after 6 o'clock now with Robert W. We have the lines stacked up here at 520 KMPC, and we'll sing the brand new jingle here in just a couple of seconds. The KMPC Airwatch weather forecast, cloudy this morning, slight chance of showers in the mountain areas, becoming fair with warm temperatures this afternoon, and highs at Civic Center in the upper 80s. Right now, 71 degrees here in Hollywood.
What happens when a real American gets a little taste of French culture? In the case of Loretta Swift, the result was virtually unspeakable. The experiment began routinely. I said, Loretta, I want to introduce you to Yoplait, the yogurt of France. I said, now that Yoplait is made in America, you are one of the first Americans to try it. And immediately, although she didn't speak, I could sense that she appreciated the surprising creaminess of Yoplait. She could taste that Yoplait was different. The smoothness of this all-natural yogurt, the real fruit throughout, made Loretta Swift one happy American. I was about to ask her what she thought when suddenly her silence ended. And I found out what happens when a real American gets a little taste of French culture.
Incroyable, formidable. Ce yogurt Yoplait, il est différent. Les fruits sont naturels.
Introducing Yoplait yogurt. Get a little taste of French culture.
Formidable.
26 after 6 o'clock. You there, J.K.?
I sure am.
Okay, let me hear you try it now, honey.
Gee, I'm glad my choir director's out of town.
I'm glad mine is, too.
Robert W. Morgan, KMPC.
Oh, that's beautiful. She's sensational. I knew she was good. Okay, we'll get some more people stacked up here with you. And who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Michael.
Okay, Michael, we got J.K. here, our choir director now, so let me hear you try it. We're going to do this. We're going to get a bunch of good ones here. We're going to all go do it together and see if we can't make it a cheapo jingle here.
All right.
Okay, go.
Robert W. Morgan, KMPC.
Ah, that's beautiful. Let's try. Let's see what else we got in there. Hello?
Hello, Robert.
Yes, sir. Who's this?
It's Larry from Lakewood.
Okay, Larry, let me hear you.
I just want to make sure I get the right one here. Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got the one. Let me hear you sing it, though. That was Johnny Mann singing.
That's it.
Okay, hang on. One more. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, who's this?
This is John.
Okay, John, let me hear your audition here.
Robert W. Morgan, KMPC.
Okay, you'll add a nice little tenor touch to that. Let's try a few more here. Hello, KMPC.
This is Carol from Long Beach.
Hi, Carol. How you doing?
Oh, I've got laryngitis, but you don't care.
No, we need some huskiness in here.
Yes.
That'll add a nice little husky edge. It'll take less EQ that way.
Right.
Okay, let me hear you, honey.
Robert W. Morgan, KMPC.
Oh, yes. Very good. One more here. Stand by, Carol. Hello?
Hello.
Well, hi. Who's this?
Mary.
Okay, Mary. You want to try to sing or something?
Something.
Yeah. Well, let's try singing first.
Okay.
Okay.
Robert W. Morgan, KMPC.
Oh, that's beautiful. J.K., you still there?
Of course.
What do you think of that bunch? Pretty good, huh?
They're terrific.
Okay, gang, can you all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do it all together now with some nice, good 5-part harmony, okay? Okay, is everybody set to go?
Yep.
We'll send you residual checks in the mail, so stand by. We want to get your addresses here, okay? Okay, here we go, all together. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Robert W. Morgan, KMPC.
All right, everybody, gather around. The Candyman is here. Now, what kind of candy you want? Sweet chocolate, chocolate malted candy, gumdrop, anything you want. You've come to the right man because I'm the Candy Man. Who can take a sunrise, sprinkle it with you, with love and makes the world taste good. Talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Yeah, who can make tomorrow? Dip it in a dream. Separate the sorrow and collect them all the cream. The Candy Man. The Candy Man can. The Candy Man can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. Yes, the Candy Man can, 'cause he mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. A Candy Man, a Candy Man, a Candy Man, a Candy Man, a Candy Man,
Sammy Davis.
a Candy Man.
From KMPC, and that's the Candy Man. And I'm Robert W. Morgan at 631 in Southern California. Gee, they were great, weren't they? You can always get the good stuff from the listeners. Ron Hicklin and Johnny Mann just called up and announced their retirement. I want you guys to know that. You did a super job. Thank you. In fact, next time we're going to go to you instead of the Saugus International Jingle Swap and Pizzeria. 631, if you're going to Chicago is one thing, and getting there nicely is something else. Continental Airlines has one of the most convenient schedules to Chicago, with 5 flights a day, 4 of them nonstop. Continental is not only convenient, they're comfortable. Now, this is the route that helped build Continental's reputation for service, so they're not about to let that slip away. They offer you free stereo, and on all nonstops, there's new in-flight video entertainment that features NBC's Sports World and CBS's Magazine of the Air. And for the real game players, they have Mattel's computer games like football, baseball, and basketball to help make the time fly. Naturally, they serve you in the Continental Airlines tradition. Now, why should you wait until you get to Chicago to have a good time? All in all, Continental offers some of the most convenient, relaxed, and comfortable flights you can find. So get aboard Continental to Chicago. Why wait to get there to have a great time? Call your travel agent or Continental Airlines. Now the latest traffic editions from, first of all, we'll go to Don Reed in the KMPC Traffic Information Center. Don?
We're in the parking lot.
All right, well, let's, you haven't gotten out of there yet. Let's go into Dave DeSoto then, Dave.
Okay, from the KMPC Traffic Information Center, we've got a stalled vehicle in the center divider, southbound Golden State Freeway south of Main Street. They've got a highway patrol is taking care of it and called a tow truck for it, but it is a bit of a distraction out there. Down Orange County Way, Irvine Center Drive will be closed all day today for some sort of, painting. In between Laguna Canyon Road, that's Highway 133, and Sand Canyon, they'll have to get in over Barranca. And north on the Harbor Freeway around 6th Street, they've got one into the bushes, and it'll be a while before it gets out of there. In the Traffic Information Center, this is Dave DeSoto, 710 KMPC.
Okay, thank you, Dave. It's 27 now before 7 o'clock, and Tom Wayman is in the KMPC News Department. Tom, we were supposed to have a new feature here called the News Tease.
Right.
And you're supposed to tell us a few minutes ago what you're going to be talking about now.
Right.
But I forgot to ask you.
That's right.
So
I sat here for 6-7 minutes.
And just, it's good to know you didn't leave
my heels.
I'm glad to know you didn't leave your post under fire. That's good to know we have a loyalist here. Anyway, now you can tell us what's going on.
Okay, Robert W. Sheriff's officials say an investigation into the alleged kidnapping of 2 teenage girls from a West Covina shopping plaza Sunday will continue, but the search for the 2 teenage male suspects has been called off. Investigators say the boys allegedly forced the girls into the girls' car and ordered them to drive to a canyon area of Angeles National Forest near Highway 39. When the girls were forced out of the car, they started screaming. That attracted some passers-by who scared the suspects off. The girls were found in good condition, and deputies say the boys apparently were not armed. I'm a little worried here.
But, well, don't be worried. This is good stuff now. That little ding-a-ling is fine. It served its purpose for a while, but we have something I think you're going to like, especially since this is part of your department, you and Herb Green and the people involved with the weather.
Okay.
So straight from Saugus, here's the new KMPC Morning Show weather jingle.
It's a windy day, so let the music play. WNDE 1260. It's windy in Indianapolis.
Now here's where you come in, right there. Right after they sing, it's windy in Indianapolis.
Okay, babe.
Nice touch, huh?
Yeah, really great, especially if you're in Chicago. We may have a few sprinkles around the Southland this morning, otherwise variable cloudiness, but mostly fair today and tomorrow. Highs today in the upper 80s with good to unhealthful air. And right now, 71 degrees at KMPC.
Okay, thank you. Tom Wayman, 23 minutes now before 7 o'clock here with Robert W. Morgan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by General Telephone, Fred Hessler has KMPC Sports for us. You know, Fred, we're going to be talking to Coach Malavasi in about 40 minutes. And
ask him who's the quarterback now.
You know,
Ferragamo's great showing.
Isn't that amazing? It seems like every year we get into this. We've got this two-quarterback controversy, and you know after Vince's performance against the Raiders Saturday night at the Coliseum, we're going to be back at it again.
Well, actually, what he'll tell you is it's great to have two quarterbacks.
I'm not going to let him off that easy. And it's great to have two healthy running backs, let alone all they've got going.
I'll say.
Super game. And, of course, the Angels were in action over the weekend. Here's Fred with the whole story.
Yeah, can you pitch? They can use a pitcher.
No.
Okay. The Angels are desperately short on pitching, but they battled back after starter Don Ossie was KO'd in the third of the first game, scored an 11-7 win, then got a split as Minnesota benefited from 12 walks to win 7-1 in the second. Since Texas also split, it left the Angels 3.5 in front as they face Oakland there tonight. The Dodgers beat the Giants for the 8th straight time, 8-1 behind Don Sutton, who passed Don Drysdale's all-time strikeout mark by a Dodger pitcher. Those teams meet again here at 5 tonight. The Pirates beat the Phillies twice, and Montreal got a split with the Mets, but the Pirates took over first in the East by 3 percentage points. Pete Rose of the Phillies became the all-time leading singles hitter in National League history. Funeral services for Thurman Munson are being held at this hour in Canton, Ohio, with his Yankee teammates in attendance as pallbearers. Munson is Canton's most popular hero since the late President William McKinley. It's likely they'll at least name a school in his memory. Willie Mays was inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame yesterday and said for the young folk, baseball's a wonderful thing, but the main thing is education.
Morgan! All right, thank you, Fred and Tom and Dave and the whole gang at 18 minutes now before 7 o'clock. Jimmy Buffett.
Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All of those tourists covered with oil, strumming my 6-string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost sugar salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know nobody's fault. Don't know the reason, stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got here, I haven't a clue. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost sugar salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame. Now I think, hell, it could be my fault. I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost sugar and salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, and I know
off at Margaritaville from KMPC at 6:45 now here with Robert W. Morgan. I mentioned earlier that one of the reasons we didn't have any money left over from our massive promotion budget here is because of our massive billboard campaign that went up today. Actually, the billboards went up yesterday promoting the morning show here on KMPC with the whole gang. And we drove in. It was still dark, and none of us have seen any. And it's kind of a surprise. They haven't told us what's going to be on them yet. They wanted us to be surprised. So if anybody spots one, and I'm sure that with the hundreds of them out there that somebody has spotted them by now, if you give me a call at 520-KMPC and kind of describe one to us, we're excited, obviously, to see what they look like. 520-KMPC if you see one of the new KMPC morning show billboards that are strewn throughout Southern California. Right now, the latest traffic editions brought to you by Texaco from KMPC Airwatch. Big John, you're up here in twin engine number 3 this morning.
No, we're flying the helicopter.
Oh, you are? Well, I had the wrong information here in my marquee. We'll have to get our marquee changer to change that.
Hey, good morning to you.
Either that or you can switch aircraft in the middle. Well, you better not do that. We'll just change our marquee.
I know what you mean. Listen, I'm so excited having you in this morning show. I've listened to you since I was a kid. Remember when you used to come on the radio and say, hello, anyone?
Yeah, and you were out there, huh?
Is this Henry Morgan?
But you were too young to call. Yeah, no.
You're not Henry Morgan?
No, this is, let me check here. Well, I don't know what you're flying. Robert W. Morgan. That's it.
Let me write that down. It's a bit of a disappointment, but I suppose we can live with it here.
Write that down on your little thigh pad.
Robert W. We're southbound on the San Diego Freeway from Mulholland. You're looking good in the Sepulveda Pass this morning. Early construction out on that eastbound Ventura between Racine and White Oak. Those lanes are now open, and you're going to find a bit of slowing. Everything east of White Oaks is very smooth now as you move right on down to that Hollywood. Robert W. Morgan. For Texaco, this is John McElhaney, KMPC jet helicopter. We're clear.
Oh, thank you very much, John. And Pamela McGinnis flying KMPC Big Orange. Good morning, Pamela.
Good morning to you. I'd like to shorten things. What is it? Robert Waldorf? Robert Williams?
Are you asking what the W stands for? It stands for my middle name.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay. Robert, middle name Morgan.
That's the standard corny one-liner I use every time somebody asks me, Pamela.
I checked all the billboards on the way to the airport today.
Did you spot one of our billboards?
No, there's one about flying to Reno, then there was a memorial park, something about vacationing in Puerto Rico.
That couldn't have been. It didn't sound like it.
And then somebody was back.
Well, keep your eye open up there, even both of them, for one of those. If you can, we'd like someone to call and describe what they look like for us.
If I can see a billboard from up here, Big Herb Green will be on my case when I land. Believe me. Hey, let me give you some traffic. We checked the Santa Ana Freeway going into town tonight. This morning. Monday morning it is. Very busy. Starting from Pioneer, picks up at Paramount, more slowing up around the Long Beach Freeway. Southbound Golden State leaving the valley. The lanes are open, but that's also rather busy. No major problems for you. This is Pamela McInnes flying KMPC's Big Orange for Texaco.
Okay, thank you, Pamela. Let's check now with Don Reed in the KMPC Traffic Information Center and see if he's got anything to add to that.
We're in the parking lot.
Okay, well, as soon as you get out, let us know, Don. In the meantime, here's Dave DeSoto. Dave, anything else going on?
You betcha. They're asking for a couple of breaks in traffic southbound or inbound on the Hollywood Freeway. One for a tow truck around Mulholland. The other one got a tire and wheel in the center divider just north of Cahuenga, wanting a break along there on the inbound Hollywood Freeway north of Cahuenga. And remember, down Orange County Way today, Irvine Center Drive will be closed between Sand Canyon and Laguna Canyon, Highway 133. You can get an alternate route there by going over Barranca. For the folks at Texaco and the Traffic Information Center, this is Dave DeSoto, 710 KMPC.
Frank, I'm trying to have a garage sale. Do you have to change the oil today?
Sure, Doris. I can't wait to try Texaco's new Haviland motor oil.
That's nice, Frank, but why today?
Because it's got a special friction fighter.
That's good, Frank.
And it's even got state trooper-tested engine protection.
That's terrific.
And it's been proven in fuel economy tests.
Now that's supreme.
Introducing Haviland Supreme, the motor oil that's been proven in both state trooper cars and in fuel economy tests. Extensive tests show that 2 of the leading 10W40 motor oils advertising extra gasoline mileage couldn't beat new Haviland Supreme.
Wow! No wonder Texaco calls its new Haviland Supreme.
You'll call Haviland Supreme the best Haviland ever. Fuel economy tested, plus proven engine protection. That's new Haviland Supreme.
How's the garage sale going, Doris?
Supreme, Frank. Supreme.
It's 11 minutes now before 7 o'clock, and just got a phone call. Maybe this is somebody who spotted one of our new morning show billboards. Hello, KMPC.
Yeah, hi. This is Jeff Edwards calling. Does somebody want to know about the billboard?
Robert?
Yes, Jeff, you've forgotten my name already?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm standing here right under the billboard. It says the whole gang, W. Eva Schneider and Barkley, and it just sounded great, Al.
No, wait, I think you must have the wrong number.
In the newspaper business, there is one skill that is especially prized, one skill that allows a writer or an editor to perform at a high level of proficiency. That skill is judgment. Judgment in deciding how to gather the news and how to edit it. Judgment in deciding in what to put into a newspaper and how much. Judgment in knowing what will interest most readers, but also provide special information to people with a need for special information. Because its writers and editors have that skill, judgment, because they use it carefully and consistently, the Los Angeles Times is able to deliver a very special product. And as a result, it is Western America's leading newspaper. Every morning, more than 1 million families pick up the Times. There are dozens of other newspapers in this area, many of them very good newspapers, but the Times remains the number one choice. We'd like you to discover the reason. Pick up the Times. See for yourself just how good a good newspaper can be. When you pick up the Los Angeles Times, you pick up the world.
No, that's the wrong one. That's the old weather jingle. You forgot about the one we got at the Saugus International Jingle Swap and Pizzeria. That's the one we're going to use. No more of that ding-a-ling. That doesn't say anything. Hit it.
It's a windy day, so let the music play. WNDE 1260. It's windy in Indianapolis.
Yes, but the KMPC Airwatch weather forecast says it'll be a little cloudy this morning with slight chance of showers in the mountain areas, becoming fair with warm temperatures this afternoon. Not quite as windy as it is in Indianapolis. Highs in the Civic Center upper 80s, lows in the mid-60s. Good to unhealthful air quality is forecast in the South Coast Air Basin. 4-9, now the latest traffic editions brought to you by Blue Shield of California with Big John at KMPC Airwatch Jet Helicopter number 5.
Robert W., an injury accident has occurred south on the harbor on the Collector Road, taking you to 6th Street. It's relatively close to 6th. The number 1 lane is blocked. Highway patrol on the scene. That little vehicle ran off the roadway and really popped the side there. A lot of damage. East LA interchange, stalled vehicle, a truck, blocking partially in the number 1 lane, affecting the inbound Pomona and the Santa Ana. For Blue Shield of California, McElhaney, KMPC's jet helicopter, we're clear.
And Pamela McGinnis flying KMPC's Big Orange. Pamela?
Thanks, Robert W. I'm east on the Riverside Freeway, just crossing the Santa Ana down here in Orange County. We're still recovering from some earlier problems. In the Westminster area, north on the San Diego Freeway, you'll find traffic proceeding slowly now from Magnolia to Westminster Boulevard. Lanes are open. Earlier accident has cleared. Over in Santa Ana, south on the Santa Ana Freeway, you'll find it tough going from south of Euclid to south of the Garden Grove Freeway. And you should anticipate a delay traveling north on the Santa Ana Freeway due to heavy traffic from Jeffrey to 17th Street. For Blue Shield of California, this is Pamela McGinnis flying KMPC's Big Orange Clear.
And from the KMPC Traffic Information Center, here's David DeSoto.
Okay, eastbound on the Ventura Freeway. Minor collision in the center divider ran around White Oak. Highway Patrol knows about that, and they'll take care of it. Still working out the aftermath of the jackknife truck. Long gone, but the memory lingers. Southbound Golden State Burbank Boulevard backed up to south of Tuxford. And it's been busy around the Ventura and Hollywood freeways. The latest one, eastbound Ventura Freeway west of the Hollywood, where they had an injury collision working. For Blue Shield of California and the Traffic Information Center, this is Dave DeSoto, 710 KMPC.
We're in the parking lot.
You are the plan I have kind. You want peace of mind.
When you have to pay for your own health coverage, Blue Shield knows that you have lots of decisions to make. Decisions such as how much could you afford to pay if you were ill or injured? And how much can you afford to pay to provide that necessary coverage? Blue Shield knows these are important decisions, and that's why Blue Shield gives you important choices. Now you can select from paid-in-full programs to low-cost plans with different deductibles and co-payments. You decide what's right for you. Over 65, Blue Shield has a special plan for you. Having these choices is another Blue Shield difference. Call or write Blue Shield today.
Let Blue Shield be you through all your tomorrow.
You'll find lowest good prices every time you shop. Alpha Beta brings them home.
Let's hear it for ham at the lowest price in town.
You'll find
I'm Alan Hamill with another great Alpha Beta price reduction on meats. This time it's the lowest price in town on delicious Dubuque Royal Buffet canned ham. Perfect for your summer buffets and picnics at the perfect price. Check any major chain's chain-wide newspaper advertised price on a Dubuque Royal Buffet 5-pound canned ham. And Alpha Beta won't just meet that price, Alpha Beta will beat it. Offer effective through August 12th. So come in now for the lowest price in town on Dubuque ham at Alpha Beta.
You'll find lower prices, Alpha Beta brings them home.
Tell a friend.
Okay, 10 minutes now before 9 o'clock at KMPC. We've taken as many votes here as we can on the complete brand new KMPC Saugus International Jingle Swap and Pizzeria Jingle Package. And the winner is...
If you take away the jingles, if you pull out all the carts, then radio degenerates and all you get is Robert W. Morgan, KMPC.
I don't recall hearing that one. That must have been a write-in. Well, I guess that's it.
Big old ruby red dress, walking round the town, talking to her step-snack, sometimes sitting down. Don't you get too close now, Ruby runs away.
Northwest Orient cuts airfares to Seattle from July 28th, which is right around the corner, to August 31st. You can fly Northwest new Super Coach fare to Seattle for $89 one way with no advance purchase or length of stay required. No strings. You can get great savings on first-class travel, too. And all savings apply to one-way and round-trip travel. Northwest can take you to Seattle mornings or evenings any day. And they also offer special Super Coach savings to Alaska. So remember, just $89 one way to Seattle. For reservations, call a travel agent or Northwest Airlines. Fares subject to government approval.
Get that good, comfortable feeling. White cabins in the sky. Fly the White Cabin Airlines. Northwest Orient Airlines.
5 minutes now before 9 o'clock at KMPC. Tom Wayman back in the newsroom. And Tom, what do you got coming up at 9?
Well, Robert W., there's a new gold rush underway in the Mother Lode country of California. A gold rush so big that the state has run out of permits for gold hunting. The whole story upcoming in about 5 minutes from KMPC News.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for special friends.
Robert W. Morgan is one of Michelob's very special friends. He represents the very best in Los Angeles radio. And everyone at Anheuser-Busch and Michelob congratulates Robert W. and wishes him well. Yes, weekends were made for Michelob, and weekday mornings were made for Robert W. Morgan.
Weekends were made for special times, special places, special things, those special moments a weekend brings. It's the time to have that smooth and mellow beer. It's Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Once again, thank you, everybody at Michelob and Anheuser-Busch and Darcy in St. Louis. We really appreciate the sentiments, and as we said earlier, we'll try to live up to those words. You laid it on a little thick, but I appreciate it. 3 minutes now before 9 o'clock. And we've had a lot of calls here this morning, and even James Brown from the Los Angeles Times here, who writes, among other things, the radio column in the calendar section on Sunday, wanted to know, of all the people in America who probably wanted the job when Dick Whittinghill, after 30 fantastic years as KMPC's Morning Man, left, how was it decided that you, Morgan, were to get this job? Well, here's Tom Wayman with the story.
We open our story by going back to a sales meeting held years ago at a downtown hotel, presided over by General Manager Stanley L. Spiro. Yes, it was at that very session that KMPC's Mahogany Row Boys made the decision to hire
Robert W. Morgan.
KMPC head huckster Ken Miller remembers it well.
The first meetings to discuss the addition to our staff, we talked a great deal about what kind of person that we needed, particularly during the period of time when things were so competitive and all the other radio stations were making it so difficult for us. It was decided that the type of person that we were going to hire had to be basically dishonest. Dishonest to the point that he could lie with a straight face and still remain angelic. He had to be ruthless, not necessarily a killer, but ruthless enough that he could get the job done. There was no doubt in our mind after discussing the facts of ruthlessness and dishonesty that only one man fit the bill.
Well, thank you very much, the Ayatollah Kamiller, Vice President and General Manager of KMPC. I appreciate those words, and whatever the reason, I got it. Thank you very much. Minute and a half now before 9 o'clock, and there were a lot of other guys applying for this job. It is considered one of the best jobs in radio, and I am, quite frankly, very pleased, proud, and somewhat humbled here. Well, a lot humbled. How can you be a little bit humbled to sit in after Dick Whittinghill hung it up Friday? He'll be still on the air on Sundays from 9 to 11, starting in September, by the way, on KMPC with. But it's probably the toughest thing in the world to follow a guy like Whit after 30 years. But there were a lot of other guys applying for the job. And as good as I feel about the fact I was fortunate enough to be able to sit in this chair starting today, I feel kind of bad for the other guys because a lot of other fellows wanted the job too. So now we're going to end today's show with a salute to all the guys who auditioned but didn't get the gig.
Glenn Morgan, WABC, New York.
John Guerin, WLS, Chicago. Bob K, KOA, and Q103, Denver.
Mark Damon, WLAC, Nashville.
Ray Moreira, 11Q, San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Michael Neff, WGY, Schenectady, New York. Bob Sen, KTMS, Santa Barbara, California.
Chick Watkins, WGAR, Cleveland.
Bill Maine, KNOW, Austin.
Leslie Soul, CFTR, Toronto.
Steve Rivers, KOPA, FM and AM, Phoenix.
Cousin Bruce Morrow, Wall Radio, Middletown, New York.
Peter Mockover, WPEN, Philadelphia.
Ron Chapman, KBIL Radio, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Julian Breen, General Manager, Radio Programming, Greater Media. Jan Jeffries, WSGN, Birmingham.
Jack Murphy, WHAM, Rochester. Ken Scott, FM 96, KRAV, Tulsa.
Bill Shirk, WXOW, Indianapolis.
John Torv, Group Program Consultant for 2XM Sydney, 3XY Melbourne, 2NX Newcastle, and 4IP Brisbane in Australia.
Howard Johnson, C104, WZYQ, Frederick, Maryland.
C. David Hamilton, KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Gary Peters, WICC, Bridgeport, and 91Q, Hartford.
Dan Reynolds, WLAP, Lexington, Kentucky.
Dan Roman, CFGO, Ottawa. Brian McDonald, WBAL, Baltimore.
Bob Kagan, WRJZ, Knoxville.
Dan Wilson, KPUR, Amarillo.
Roger Carroll, KMPC FM, Los Angeles.
I understand Robert W. Morgan's going to take over.
This is KMPC General Manager Ken Miller. And all together,
Robert W. Morgan.
We're in the parking lot.
KMPC Los Angeles.
9 o'clock, KMPC News.